It is late in the afternoon. That's fine. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the corner. We have a dramatic lighting today because one, it's the afternoon, and two, it's really gloomy outside. Very rainy and overcast today. It is currently 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I never film this late, but here we are. I was coming up here to film earlier and mentioned to Brad that we needed to go grocery shopping today. Like, absolutely had to. We had no food in the house. And he was like, well, let's do it now because I want to go ahead and get it over with. So we did. And we're just now, we went grocery shopping. It was like a big trip, the grocery shopping trip. So we went to 3 different stores. So that took a while. And then we got home and we unloaded all the groceries, and then we ate lunch and took a bit of a break, and then now we're here. So somehow all of the day is gone now. But we're here, we're doing it. I have a couple of things to talk to you about today. Not a whole lot, because I've been very good and have been pretty consistent with what I've been wanting to work on. I've only been working on 3 projects, and 2 of them I've been working on more than the third. The third is just kind of been here and there. Oh, no, just kidding, 4. I have 1 half-finished object to show you today. This is my new mug that Brad got me for Christmas from Sarah White Ceramics, and I am obsessed with it. I love it so much. I use it every time it's not dirty. That's usually how it goes though. The new mug is the favorite mug. I also have a broken French press. I took it out of the dishwasher today, and I think I had tapped the bottom of the glass of my French press because going through the dishwasher today cracked it. It was, there was obviously a stress point at the bottom, on the bottom of the glass, and heating up in the dishwasher. Messed it up. Cracked it, oh boy. So I am currently thinking back and forth because I've been living French press life for many, many years now, like maybe 7 or 8 years. I've had that French press. I have had to replace the glass once before because I dropped it. I dropped the first one, and you can just buy replacement glass. And there's nothing wrong with the French press except that the glass broke. So I can buy a replacement glass for it. I actually have one in my shopping cart right now online. But I'm also toying with the idea of maybe switching it up and trying a new method of making coffee. I'm not sure. I've been kind of intrigued by the whole pour over thing lately because that's what I like to get at coffee shops. I just love the way a pour over tastes. But I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I might go ahead and order my replacement glass and think about getting a pour over. I don't know. We'll think about it. If I get a pour over something or other, I want to get something that is waste free because one of the things I love about my French press is that it doesn't need filters, and I don't have to, I'm basically waste free with my coffee, which I try to be with most things in my house. We don't make a lot of trash here. So I'm contemplating those ceramic, Japanese made ceramic pour over filters that are just like reusable forever, but that's obviously more expensive than just getting a replacement glass for my French press. So I'm thinking about it, but either of those is cheaper than a like new fancy coffee pot, which I've also been thinking about. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I can't not have my coffee, so it's something I have to address. All right, let's talk about knitting. I didn't even say who I am. Hi, I'm Leigh. Welcome to the corner. This is a podcast, a video podcast, where I talk about crafty things, mostly knitting, some crochet, some cross stitch, and some sewing. And I'm coming at you from Pittsburgh, PA. Now let's talk about knitting. The first thing I have to show you today is my half-finished object. I have a finished sock. Oh God, I can't get it out. Oh no. It's a bond weave sock. It looks so small because it is tiny, but this is a finished bond weave sock for a shop sample at my local yarn shop. This is my pattern that is available, and I give you instructions in the pattern for a German short row heel because I recommend a German short row heel. I recommend a short row heel because that's what I prefer to use, and that's what I designed it with. But I do suggest substituting your favorite short row heel in the pattern, and I did that with this one. I substituted my favorite short row heel, which is the Fish Lips Kiss heel. So this one has a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and it's cute. It's little. It's the smallest size, and I knit it to fit US women's size 6 to 7 foot. And the yarn is Malabrigo sock, the original Malabrigo sock. So the 100% superwash merino in the color Gingy. And that's one done. I'm gonna wash this today and take it to the shop on Thursday and work on the second one at my leisure. I might cast it on soon and keep it at the computer desk like I did the first one, which is where I got most of this done. Yesterday, I basically got to like here and then decided I was just gonna finish it because I was so close. So yeah, that's done, or half done. And the other whip I wanna show you that was in this same little bag here. This is the bag I had just stuck that sock in, but it's my Mountain State Stitches bag. And I have my December stripe socks in here. These have also not been getting a ton of love, but they've been getting some. Gosh, sorry, I'm tired already today. But I am about this far down one foot and about this far down the second foot. So a little bit farther on this one, but I got about, like, I felt like I was getting maybe close to halfway down this one and decided to pick up this one and start working on the foot of this one because I'm knitting these in tandem. So separately on separate needles, but you know, back and forth just to keep it going. And the yarn here is Area 51 Fibers self-striping sock yarn in the color Ugly Christmas Sweater Speckled Donut. That's it. Ugly Christmas Sweater Speckled Donut. Pardon my right hand fingernails. They are looking pretty grimy. This is my dominant hand, so the nails wear out faster on this one. But yeah, that's how they're looking. The contrast color I'm using is a Nitpick Stroll in the color Strawberry. Very cute, very cute. I am doing a 3x1 broken rib on these, and I love how they're turning out. Very cute, very, very cute. And these are the only socks I've been keeping near me. I still have a pile over here on the floor from my last episode last week of things that I talked to you about and then didn't carry downstairs. And because they didn't get carried downstairs, they have not been touched. And you know what? They're gonna stay that way for the foreseeable future. I just don't feel like I'm really enjoying the projects I've been working on, and I'm just gonna muscle through until I'm sick of them or they're finished, whichever comes first. Let's talk about those. The other two projects I have here are the only other projects I've been working on, and these are the ones that have been getting the most love. The first one is in my egg bag. I don't know where this bag came from. It was an Etsy purchase a long time ago. And in here is my Vintage 83 crop. It is a t-shirt design by Andrea Mowry that has been on my list for probably approximately an eternity. It's just a short sleeve cropped t-shirt. Pardon the quality of this print. I needed to replace my ink when I printed this. But it is just a cropped t-shirt design with 3 color stripes on the yoke. And I am on the body. I have split, this looks so small. I've split the sleeves and body. split the sleeves from the body, and I am just working down the body. Now this looks so small because one, I am knitting the size 1, 2, 3, 4, which is how many inches? Size 4 is a 42-inch bust, which is exactly the size of my bust. So I'm working at a 0 ease size. But also the nature of this fabric is very, how do I describe this? It is going to block out a whole lot. It's very like squishy and stretchy. The top 3 stripes of color are all brioche. So if you can imagine, when that blocks, it's going to grow and bloom quite a lot. And then the actual texture of the sleeves and body is a slip stitch texture, which is also going to really like block out. It is very, very stretchy. It's probably gonna block out more like, it's, oh God, it's gonna block out so much. But it will hopefully fit me. But only just, like I said, I'm working at a 0 ease size here. The yarn, isn't it beautiful? Like, look at this. It really is capturing well on camera right now that it's not like a white, it's really warm and taupey, this color. It is Coast to Coast Yarn Co. This is her old label, but it's the color Button. And this is her 100% superwash merino fingering. And I am not even on the second skein yet. I caked it up to have it ready, but I haven't even touched it yet. I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to get away with only 2 skeins in this top, because I still have this much of the first skein left. I don't know. We'll see. The 3 contrast colors, I have this much left of them. So much. I am either gonna have to find something else to do with these, or I am going to be making a lot of socks with Surrey cuffs. We'll see. But these are the Farmer's Daughter fibers, the Oh Dang base, which is her Surrey silk base, my favorite. And the colors are Dirty Little Dandelion, Union Street State of Mind, and Salmonberry. That's it. I remembered them. Pretty proud of myself for that, actually. And I love them. I think they're just perfect. I'm still so pleased with that decision from, I bought this yarn for this top long ago, like when the pattern first came out, I think, which was in 2020. So a long time ago, and I'm still very excited about it. I love how it's turning out. I think it's going to look really good. This color may be a bit close to like my pale skin. This is what the inside looks like. And if you've been here for a while, you will know how I feel about brioche, but I can tell you that this was not that bad. Having such short sections of brioche and having them change color really made it manageable for me. So not bad at all. And now it's done. No more brioche. I just have to finish the body, and it's just got short little nubbin sleeves. So that'll be great. I think I'm going to get about 1 inch or so down into the body, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do the sleeves, because then I won't have to worry about them after I'm done with the body. They'll go ahead and be done. And that's my first whip that's been getting a lot of love. There are needles everywhere that I can probably put away. That's that one. Now there's only one left. The other project I have been working on is in this big old bag from World Market that my stepmom got for me. And this is my Twinkle sweater, y'all. Y'all, I'm so in love with both of these projects. I am so glad that I decided to just cast them on and not worry about whips. I was like, don't even think about them. Just cast on what you want and work on what you want. And I am flying through them, truly. This is a pattern by Midori Hirose. It is called Twinkle, and it is a colorwork yoked sweater that is a combination round yoke and, oh come on, give me a picture. It's all right. It's like a combination color round and raglan. Here's the like diagram where you can like play with your colors and stuff, but there's like raglan increases down here, so it's like a combination. You can see the colorwork collar, and then there's colorwork around the cuffs and the hem as well. And it is a DK weight sweater, and I am also separated for the sleeves on this one. Oh my god, look at it. It looks so good. Now, this is 100% superwash merino. It is going to block out very nice. So any wrinkling and rippling you see here will block out for sure. But that's what it's looking like. Oh my gosh. I am using all Coast to Coast Yarn Co. here from, I can't remember the name of the collection, but it was like the Memories collection where people submitted photos with like stories. And I'm using the colors Petal, which is this gorgeous rosy pink, but like deep rosy pink. And then Pearl, that's P-U-R-L, for this silvery, beautiful silvery gray color. And then Homespun Quilt is my main color. Look at that, variegated. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I have just put in my second ball of Homespun Quilt. I did save the tiniest bit of the first ball. I don't know where. It's in this bag somewhere. I did save the tiniest little ball. Oh, here it is. Of Homespun Quilt from the first ball of yarn I used, just so that I can like fade in the sleeves whenever the time comes. But for now, I'm on the second ball. And I think what I'm going for with this one is I have a couple of sweaters from Target, no less, that I got years ago. They're from the men's section of Target, and they're just like plain basic V-neck sweaters. But I have two of them that I wear all the time. I have three of them, but two of them I wear absolutely all the time. And one of them is like short, and another one is like a really casual, like classic length. And I think I'm gonna make this one of those two lengths. Maybe the shorter length. They both hit very well on like when I'm wearing jeans. So I think I'm going to measure those and knit this to one of those lengths so that I have like a perfect length sweater. I'm thinking about it, but I want it to be a classic length, not super cropped. So that'll be great. I'm very excited about it. I'm very pleased with how it's turning out. I am having a lot of fun knitting on it. It's DK weight, so it feels like it's going really fast. I'm so happy with how both of these are turning out exactly as I envisioned. And that is all the knitting I have. I do have a couple of acquisitions, I guess. The first acquisitions are not very exciting, but I did want to tell you that I bought several of the Nitpick's new cables, the stainless steel coated ones that are supposed to be similar to the Chalgu cables. And I bought a 16-inch, a 24-inch, and a 32-inch cable so that I could try them. I am currently using the 32-inch one on one of these two sweaters. Yeah, on the Vintage 83. I'm currently using it on my Vintage 83. And I like it so far. It is not as bendy as the Chalgu cable. It's not as flexible, but it is it definitely feels different than the standard Nitpick's cables. If you've used those, they're very stiff and very like, they get like crimped really easily. They're not very great. But I do think so far that this cable is definitely superior to their previous cables. And if I'm going to order replacement cables, I'll definitely be ordering this kind in the future. They're right in between the old Nitpick's cable and a Chalgu in flexibility, I would say. So I did want to mention that because I got those. I needed to order a new size 5 needle tip for my vintage 83. And you can't just order one needle tip from Nitpicks, so those were what I opted to do. The other thing I got for myself is a treat. I finally got it. I've been wanting this book for like years, realistically. It is a staple in a lot of people's knitting libraries and is pretty classic at this point. So, but you know, here we are. I wanted to get get a copy for myself. So I finally broke down and bought the Japanese Knitting Stitch Bible. This is a book by Hitomi Shida, and it is gorgeous. I have already been bookmarking pages that really struck me as beautiful. There's some really gorgeous things in here, including a couple of knitting cable textures that really like shook me. Like, look how beautiful that is. Oh, it's so good. I have learned, though, looking through this, that my taste definitely veers or leans more towards the geometric versus the like frilly, which I mean isn't really surprising. That's realistic, quite honestly. Always what I've leaned more towards. Like, look at this. So good. They're so beautiful. So that was the other thing that came in the mail. I bought myself this and a riser for my computer desk so that I could have my computer monitor sit up higher. And those were the treats I bought for myself with my Christmas money. I can't believe that's all I got today. I really need to hunker down on my sock design that I'm working on because I need to get that tester call out. But maybe I'll set myself a deadline and actually give myself some like work hours over the next couple of weeks to get those done and ready to go. Besides all of that, what's been going on in personal life? I'll give you life update stuff. We have been watching White Lotus. Brad and I both have. We finished season 1 and we started season 2, and we're only a couple episodes into season 2 because we are watching it like one episode over dinner at a time, but we're liking it. First season was fun. The second season is a completely different vibe, but is still fun so far. Like I said, we're only a couple of episodes in, and I am still reading books. I read Gideon the Ninth by request of one of my best friends, and I am still a little bit shook about it. Brad is now currently reading it, so I will be making my way to the library soon to get the second one and start reading that. But in the meantime, I am reading Mexican Gothic because I've heard about it and it's supposed to be really good. Saw it on the shelf, decided to go ahead and pick it up. I am about halfway through, a little over halfway through. So I'm a little over halfway through and I'm really enjoying it. It seems like the hype was fairly well deserved. I'm having a really good time with this. Reading it really quickly. Anything else? Probably not. I did clean the studio, which was an undertaking. And it still needs more work done, honestly. There are some things here that need some reorganization done. I'd really like to get a new couple of shelves, like the actual shelf itself. I'd like to get a couple more of these for these units so that I can add some more shelves on them. I have two of these units. I have this small one. These are the Ivar units from IKEA. I have this small one, and then I have a big one back in my storage room that has all of my work storage stuff on it. All inventory, shipping supplies, art supplies, all of that stuff is back there. So I would like to get a couple more shelves, and I really think that that would help get some of these things off of the floor in here. But you know what else might help with that? Knitting some yarn. I really just have a lot of yarn. I may be able to move some things over to here if I do a little bit of reorganizing. Now that a couple of my sweater quantity shelves are getting kind of low, I might be able to consolidate. I don't know. But that's all I have for you today. Not a super long episode. Pretty short episode actually, but I've been doing a lot of knitting. Ask my hand. I've been doing a lot of knitting. It's just all been on 2 or 3 projects. So that's what I got for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have had a great new year. This is the first episode of 2023. So I hope that your first few days of 2023 have been great. I hope you were able to rest over the week between Christmas and New Year's. And I will talk to you next time.